has been no secret that the U.S. military has failed to meet every step of the way in the past year or so by depleting every bit of resource they can to scrape at the bottom of the barrel to ensure that the recruiting crisis is going to be handled. But they are turning themselves around, I would say, from the messaging and ideology that has been embedded in their messaging over the past several years and taking 180 degrees, and I would say probably the wrong turn. But country music star Craig Morgan re-enlists at 59, okay? 59 years old, country music star. Let's be honest, the country artistry that is out there, a lot of it is not appealing to a young audience. That's my first criticism, as this is a public affairs or PR move that they're trying to do to be like, look how patriotic people are. This isn't Toby Keith anymore, guys. You can't live on that same, patriotism that you once had back then. They say before he was a touring country musician, Morgan enlisted in the Army at the age of 18 as a fire support specialist and served on active duty in the reserve for 17 years. This included time with the 82nd Airborne Division and the 101st Airborne Division, as well as 1989 Invasion of Panama Operation Just Cause, which Morgan recounted in a video with the American Veterans Center earlier this year. So I have to say, if this is a PR move, if this is anything, he obviously has credibility, obviously has tenure, obviously has a following that is some kind that is out there. But as I will continue to say, it is a hard 180-degree turn from what we saw with Emma and her mom, what we saw from all these other campaigns that were coming out there, that we are now seeing something like this that is diverging into the ideology of patriotism, which is also interesting because if you guys don't remember, there were a lot of blurred lines from a lot of criticism that were being drawn towards the military when they were saying white supremacy was an issue inside of the military ranks. And, I would say country music has a majority white audience from a southern side that might have something like that. It's just a very convoluted issue I'm seeing right here. He said, we all had a goal of doing and being part of something that was bigger and greater than just ourselves. Morgan said of his time in the Army in a video explaining the decision to re-enlist, and I've taken that with me in everything I've done since I've been out. He said, there is so much I've missed, the friends, the feeling of sense of accomplishment. Morgan said in his video announcing the re-enlistment, I realized that I've missed it so much, and I truly believe that I still have more to give. So this obviously brought a lot of criticism because people were asking a lot of questions. Is this just like a showboat thing? Is this something that he truly wants to do? I mean, it's not like somebody that's got over 2 million on Spotify is looking for some kind of validation as far as a retirement check from the U.S. military as a veteran of the reserve component. He's not looking for disability, I'm sure, by any means from the Veteran Affairs Department. So when I look at this, it's like, why? And obviously this is not aiming towards people that are the 18 to 23-year-olds that are looking to join the military. If anything, I mean, maybe this is getting somebody off their couch that maybe had 10, 12 years and they're like, this country singer I know is doing it. I might be able to finish up my time as well. But I don't think that's going to draw out the masses because the U.S. military was just called upon in the individual ready reserve, which is people that have already been out, 4,000 people to go help over on the Ukrainian side, I will say border as well. So I'm looking at this and I'm like, this isn't drawing those 4,000 people that are needed for this. And this obviously made a rumbling across Facebook as well, as people were going across the comments on Task and Purpose, just crucifying every bit of this. For example, here, Robert DePreto says, pretending to re-enlist on TV after the wars are over question? That's pretty cool. I guess I am indeed one of the grumpy old veteran guys. Hashtag mockery. Ryan Rodney says, good luck with the new army where feelings and identification are greater than the mission. Eric Brown says, I understand that they think this will help, but it actually seems more harmful in the long run, making up rules for a celebrity, turning enlistment into a mockery and a slap in the face of those, or to those who are working hard to become warrant officers. So I understand that this is a massive criticism. I understand that people are seeing that this is a hard turn. And, as much as I want to say, let's be on board to not allow this, I would say anything to make the military better, I would never shame. But at the same time, I believe if we're looking to have the masses, the people that are readily available as far as age, legality, their ASVAB scores, their medical conditions. I'm sure he needed a waiver or whatever else if they're doing this because he's joining so late because of all the medical conditions that do come with aging when you're in your late 50s. So, I'm not trying to be a negative Nancy on this. I'm trying to say, appreciate it. You know what I mean? But I also appreciate the reality, and I don't want people to think that this is a mockery, that this is just some low-hanging fruit that they've used some guy that's a country singer that maybe just wants to show up to a drill weekend and say, you remember back in my day, guys? You guys remember all those times in Panama? I mean, he probably has some great war stories or sea stories or whatever stories you want to call it, whichever branch you're in, but I'm looking at this where I'm like, that is important, but I would say we need some relevant information and, keeping people that do have actual combat experience in the military to continue to make sure we are a warfighting force. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below, because this is very important, a very interesting story. And I wonder what else comes, is this a new tide that's turning? Let me know down in the comments below. If you guys like what I cover here,